What is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Happy Thursday to you all. This is your WWE Summerslam 2024 preview here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, be notified whenever we go live or even upload a video in general. If you're on Twitch, hit the follow button and all that fun stuff. As always, I am Steve here, joined by the good brother, Chase Oliver. Chase, what's going on, bro? How are you, man?
I'm doing good, Steve. It's not sunny in California today. We had a nice overcast day, so it was a pretty nice day to walk. I'm starting to do 2-a-days for the next 14 days, so I'm very excited for that.
That's what's up, bro. Over here, it's been sunny, humid. You know, some rain would be nice, but, you know, likely we might get some rain later tonight or maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, SummerSlam goes down this Saturday. Chase, what's your excitement right now for SummerSlam as we speak?
My excitement level probably like a cool 7 out of 10.
Cool
Obviously,
7 out of 10.
there's matches to be excited about. There's obviously, you know, SummerSlam is known for having one big return every year or one big crazy surprise. So we all can kind of guess what that is. We'll talk about that later. So it's definitely like a 7 out of 10 for sure. Like it's like I know the matches will deliver. Like I look at the card. I'm like, you know what? This could actually be from a PLE standpoint, minus like the two night 1 and night 2 of Mania. This could be WWE's best PLE match wise. Like I just look at the matches and I'm like, there's only like one match where I'm like, I don't know if that could deliver, but all the other matches I feel like could deliver above expectations.
Oh, of course. I think, again, you know, we talked about this on Tuesday on Raw Rundown. You know, the Go Home show really wasn't that exciting at all. They kind of let everybody down. But I do feel like, nonetheless, the show will deliver from a wrestling perspective. And, again, there's some returns that we're all expecting. And there's even a prop for that, too, Chase. We'll get into that as we talk about the main event as well.
Steve, before we dive into SummerSlam, can we discuss other wrestling topics so that way we don't have to wait until the very end to talk about them?
Or if people just ask us in the chat, hey, what are your thoughts on this in particular and stuff like that? Yeah, of course.
I have a few. I just want to know, do you think the new Bloodline walk out as the tag team champions tonight, or do you think do you think like Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are losing the tag titles tonight?
I mean, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. I thought it was tonight. Yeah, tomorrow. Do you think they're going to lose tomorrow on SmackDown?
It's possible. I'm going to go yes, because there's a part of me that feels like, yeah, again, the hometown person doesn't know who's winning their hometown. So I'm very leaning towards yes. I do think that they do capture the tag titles, and also to show away, should someone return, you know what I mean? And that being Roman Reigns, Solo can say, you see, since you've been gone, look what I've been able to do. I brought the tag team titles back to the Bloodline, or his so-called Bloodline. So I'm going with the yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be a yes. All right. This is non-WWE topics. AEW has made some noise, and we didn't get to talk about any of this. The Shane McMahon, Tony Khan photo that was posted online. Shane and Tony Khan had a discussion. Obviously, we can both agree the photo looked like it was purposely put out there. But which camp do you think purposely put out this photo? Was it Tony Khan and Team AEW, or was it Shane McMahon?
I'm under the impression that it was Team AEW. I think the Tony Khan camp, I'm trying to get the photo here, if you will. God damn, these qualities are terrible. Here you go. This will just do.
No, there's no good quality of that photo.
I know. I'm trying to like at least salvage something, you know.
They use someone's iPhone 8 that's still working somehow to take this photo. This is like an old school picture photo. Like someone definitely took the photo. This is not some CCTV from the arena. Yeah, like what is this HDR steam? Like, come on, man.
High def resolution, bro. We live now in a day where people take pictures in 4K on an iPhone. As an iPhone user, everything is in 4K. You know what I mean? But also props to Wrestle Talk for getting this photo and putting their watermark on it. Because after all, they were the ones who broke, I guess, this photo out on the internet. It's funny enough. I think Mercedes on Twitter posted that she was the one that took the picture. There were discussions, if you remember, Chase, a while ago, Conrad Thompson said, I believe it was on 83 Weeks or the Tony Schiavone show. What happened when? That he heard rumblings that Shane McMahon has met with Tony Khan. Mm-hmm. And of course, Tony himself, in the media scrums, in I guess the media call, denied, I never met him in my life. I would love to meet him. The word going out too is that this all took place at an airport, I think in Texas. This all went down. This photo in particular, in some boardroom. Now, the word going around too, Chase, is that Shane McMahon basically spoke with Tony about their love for the business. And he's basically congratulating Tony for 5 years of AEW. Pretty much. I think people are taking this way out of proportion. The idea that Shane McMahon will jump over to AEW, work with him, Tony Khan in some capacity. Like, do you see that happening, Chase?
I do. I do see it, actually. Look, Shane McMahon, he's known for making business outside of WWE. To my knowledge, he has no WWE contract. Like, when he went to WrestleMania to do the match that he had where he tore his legs up, that was just an appearance deal. So I don't think he has a contract with WWE. I think this is just to feel the waters. And if you're AEW, I think it makes sense to try to bring Shane in any type of fold. Look, they're still a young company. It's impressive where they're at in the 5 years that they've been in business. Shane McMahon, from a business perspective, is like helps you out. Like, that's all he does is help you out, especially because he has connections. Like, Shane was instrumental helping the UFC out a long time ago, especially in the early days of UFC, getting UFC and cable packages internationally for all these companies. That's what he was doing when he was outside of WWE. I think Shane and Tony also share kind of like the same vision of what they look at in professional wrestling. Remember, Shane, when ECW was returning, he wanted ECW to be like fake MMA. Like, he wanted to make that brand like a fake MMA brand almost. And, like kind of like use like a ranking system and do everything like that. And, Shane, he's a smart guy. Do I think he also tries to find a ways on AEW TV? Absolutely. Because a lot of people are going to hear that he's with AEW and be like, yo, why is this guy not on TV and stuff? And I think it'll just be very interesting from that perspective. So, I think Shane will join AEW at some capacity. If it's just them talking, hopefully Tony Khan got a lot of good advice from Shane McMahon and he uses it going forward. But I don't think you kind of tease this with nothing to see out of it. Like, you kind of need to have Shane coming, to be honest, in my personal opinion. But it is what it is.
Of course, I think that will be great as well. Again, two guys have a lot in common. They both love the business, obviously, right? Two sons of billionaires. Who knows? Again, there's also been reports, Chase, as well, that the time frame from which AEW can negotiate with Warner Media, it closed. So who to say Shane could potentially help them land the new TV deal as well? It's possible.
Well, they can still talk with Warner. It's just they're not tied in just talking with Warner. I think the thing is, I think AEW probably pushing for a little bit more than what Warner is offering. I think Warner offered them what Warner believes is a really good deal, and AEW probably likes that deal too. But being a loyal partner to Warner, they probably want to see if they can get more money out of it, and I don't blame them. So they can kind of go shop around now and see what other people are saying. I don't know how high the demand is for them. That's the thing. There has never been like a second place competitor to say like, oh yeah, they're gonna buy AEW and give AEW the money they want. I think Warner is going to be the place and home of all elite wrestling. I just don't know the financials. I think we're all at financials at this point. I think that's why the deal wasn't made. I think it was more AEW thinks they're worth a little bit more, and they feel like they deserve a little bit more. And Warner is like, we gave you a deal that we think is good. But if you want to go see if you're worth something else, we'll go ahead. But Zaslav and Tony Khan are going to meet in Paris for during the Olympics. So I think AEW is going to stay with Warner. But I do. It's just that they can now talk with other competitors. It doesn't mean that Warner is done with a lot of people don't. Like, this is like I know none of these people have ever dealt with like media rights or anything or TV deals or know this stuff. Like, look, guys, I hate to toot my own horn here, but I am the motherfucker when everyone was saying that Endeavor could not afford WWE. I'm the one that said Endeavor could. I also predicted them purchasing WWE. So, well, it wasn't really purchased. It was a merger with UFC, former TKO brand. But, when it comes to the business side of things, I kind of know what I'm talking about. So I think AEW will stay with Warner ultimately in the end because I just don't see any competitors really jumping in. I don't see like an Apple TV paying for this. I don't see Amazon. Yeah, I don't see because the only way, because if you're AEW, you're not taking a TV deal from Warner. You got to do what WWE is doing, a streaming deal with Netflix, like what WWE has with Netflix, where you can just go full on crazy with what you want to produce as a product and stuff like that. But I don't think the number those companies are going to be offering AEW is going to be the number that they're looking for with Warner. Because keep in mind, AEW, they have AEW's checkbook is pretty much they have money to do whatever. Like CM Punk said it best.
They do.
This company will always be around as long as Tony Khan still wants to pay for it, and Tony Khan is willing to pay for it. Even if the company is quote unquote in the red, he will still buy out certain free agents. He'll pay them big money to come to this company. He'll make sure, but getting extra revenue helps out and especially shows that the business is doing well. Like the thing is, AEW for where it's at in 5 years is very impressive. And what Tony Khan wants to do is by year 10, which AEW will probably most likely make, unless something catastrophic totally happens, or if Shad Khan says, "No, I'm done helping you out with this company and stuff like that. I'm done
cutting you off, son."
Yeah. If Shad Khan, is done with this idea, which I don't think he will be and stuff. But what Tony wants to do is he wants to show AEW's crazy amount of growth by year 10, because year 5 their growth is really, really well. But if he can say I turned around the profit in year 7, year 8, and everything of that nature, that just makes AEW look super good for any business. It doesn't matter, for anything. And then they can hopefully, do what WWE does, where they sell each of their shows to different networks or each of their entities to different platforms. So, because the Warner deal, the Warner deal is probably going to be like a 5-year deal. And you hope by 2028, which would be year 10 for AEW, or no, 2029, which would be year 10 for AEW, that they are so profitable, they look green, that other companies will say, damn, they've only been in business 10 years and they turn profit in year 7, 8, and 9. That's why he wants a bigger TV deal. It's just more so that way he can show that there is a turning of profit. That because the video game put them in the red, and they put a lot of money into the video game. He only released that video game at the state that it was, so that way he can make money off of it, because he knew people will buy this video game and it will show a profit. If he didn't push for the video game to get put out at that time, then the video game would still be in development. It probably would be coming out later this summer or something. It probably would be a much more polished game that AEW fans were looking for and stuff. But he pushed it out as fast as he did, because that was a money eater. Producing a video game is not cheap. And I told them, I said, they had to make that game out before the next 2K game. Otherwise, it's wraps for them. And 2K22 came out, and it was way and above the best 2K WWE has produced in quite some time. And people were eating up with the creative characters and all that other stuff. Like 2K22 was so popular, a lot of popular streamers were playing that game at that point. Now, they haven't seen success with the other 2K since then. But I'm just trying to put into perspective that pretty much he had to release that game just to make money. And I think it's more of just to show that AEW has rapid growth within these next 5 years, that you show that, AEW is a profitable company. Because people need to understand businesses. They are not what's it called, profitable within their first 5 years. They're not profitable. They're always going to be spending more money than they can. It's always, and even sometimes in year 10, they may not make a profit, but they are close to making that profit and stuff. Like, like for example, the Round the Point Network. We're definitely in the fucking red if we count in all the stuff that we put into this channel. But there's hope that one day that, all the work that we do, we'll see green. And that's just pretty much it. But yeah, I do think that AEW will stay. I just think they want a little bit extra moolah to help with those profit margins, especially in year 7 and year 8, just so that way those look good. Because I think year 9 they'll finally turn a profit, especially at the rate they're going.
So let's read some comments real quick from the chat. Thank you all for tuning in right now. If you have questions and thoughts, feel free to chime in the chat. And if you're a channel member, you obviously get priority reply as well. What's going on, Safet? Ronan Ghost writes, "Hey yo, says stay cool, everyone." Chief writes here, counting the hour for sad. Haven't been this excited for SummerSlam in ages. Brandon Brown writes here, longtime channel member, I think it's going to be The Rock. We have to escort his mom tomorrow unless she's there to see Nia Jax. Just pause me. Who knows? I think DIY is going to lose. There's no Usos or any bloodline or Cody Rhodes interfering to help DIY retain the championships.
That's true.
That's very true. Very well true. If Roman Reigns doesn't return at SummerSlam, I'll be a little both surprised and disappointed. If Shane comes to AEW, hopefully we can get a brand split. Shane wrestling in 2024 is a bad idea. Absolutely. I do not need to see Shane wrestle ever again. I'm pretty sure if he does go to AEW, he's gonna want to do it down. Him and Darby, bro. Darby, bro.
Anyone. He's gonna wrestle someone, man.
If Tony Khan is smart, he knows how to book Shane McMahon. It could change everything in AEW for the better, and eventually do a Survivor Series match like Team Shane versus Team Tony at AEW PLE. I mean, we kind of did we kind of get that though?
On TV.
Yeah, did we kind of
get on TV?
I was gonna say, did we kind of get that though with Blood and Guts like last week or whatever it was?
But it wasn't really Team AEW. It didn't. There was really no stakes to the match and stuff. I think they're talking about Tony becoming an on-screen character and feuding with Shane McMahon, and it's just like, do we really believe that Shane? Like, I don't know. It's just, I just think it would be messy.
Yeah. Anything else, Chase? Do you want to cover before we move on?
No. Those are all the wrestling topics that were that we missed out on and that we should have discussed. I don't see any other topic that pops into my head.
But let's get this started, shall we? Let's get the prediction starting. Prediction started here. Let me go. Here we go. Likely the matches that I have, I do believe obviously Cody and Solo will main event. But let's get into this, shall we? Oh yeah, of course. Thank you, Safat. For Survivor Series will be in Vancouver, Canada on November 30th. Damn, Chase. In the mud.
It should have been in LA, man. You're taking the Samoans to Vancouver.
They're gonna freeze, bro.
Dude, come on, guys. We all know
freeze out there.
No, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It makes me concerned that my tribal chief will not be returning on Saturday. I don't know. Well,
to be fair, Chase, if you remember, and I know this is MMA. This is MMA a little bit here, but Max Holloway conquered that island of Canada, right? He conquered it.
No, I don't.
Who to say they conquered Canada too? The Samoans.
The Bloodline Civil War is for fans like me who have defended the Bloodline, love the Bloodline, and now they just go to Canada with this. LA has a great Samoan fan base, and we're not going to be rewarded with this. Like, and the beautiful new Intuit. You know what? I think the Clippers are playing that day. I'm going to blame Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi Leonard's selfish piece of shit ass said he wants to play November 30th, and he probably won't even play that game. So congratulations, Intuit Dome. You scheduled the NBA game when you could have had the Bloodline Civil War and that beautiful new Intuit Dome, Instead, you let Vancouver. Shout out to Canada getting 2 PLEs in 1 year, like Money in the Bank and now War Games. That's actually like very good on them because before they would barely get PLEs. And
just a house show, just house shows.
I honestly think this is a sneaky way to get Brock to come back. Brock does live in Canada for anyone who doesn't know. So that's just me. But because let's be real, the Bloodline average 1 DUI a year. Who's to say from now to November that they stay all
come on?
I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. They had to go through hoops and ladders just to get Jacob Fatu across the border, just to get him across the border.
To England.
To Canada for Money in the Bank. For Money in the Bank, not to England, to Money in the Bank. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even think Jimmy Uso's cleared to go. Yeah, he was in Montreal, but who knows? Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, it's going to be very interesting what hoops they have to do.
Oh, Brandon Brown right here, Jason. This is kind of a big news here. Kind of some big news when you think about it, right? The Samantha Irvin pick. All these wrestling couples might be on the Splitsville. Yeah, maybe.
I don't really like talking about other people.
Neither do I.
I mean, they're human beings at the end of the day.
At the end, yes, you're correct. It's their lives. We should not be involved. Whatever makes them happy.
Yeah, like I don't care that Mercedes is fucking separating from her husband. Who cares? Like that don't affect my personal life. That affects her personal life and that affects his personal life. It's just one of those things where it's like, hey, people grow old and they grow separated. They can still be friends. They can still love each other in different ways. But yeah, it doesn't.
Let's get into the show. Let's get into this. We'll start this off. Let's do Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, the current odds right now, Chase, for this, per betonline.ag, Braun Breaker's at a minus 5,000. Sami Zayn's at a plus 1,200 right now. Those are the odds. Listen, if you guys remember at Money in the Bank, it looked like Braun Breaker had the match won, ready to go, new champ, and Sami Zayn found a way, just like Anderson Silva found a way against Chael Sonnen in their first fight. I think Braun Breaker this is the beginning of many titles that he will win. It should be a fun match, all you want, but Braun Breaker and new Intercontinental Champion. What do you think, Chase?
Yeah, I think Braun's winning here. The Money in the Bank match, I don't know why. Like, this is the one thing that I don't like is that they're doing a rematch from another PLE. And, like, the match was fine, but it wasn't, like, anything where I was like, oh, I want to see these guys go at it again. So, yeah, Braun Breaker's definitely winning here. Sami Zayn, and plus it fits with the Triple H rule. You have to hold the belt for, like, 6 months. His 6 months is hit. It's now time for the new champ.
And this will be one of many titles for Braun Breaker's career.
Oh, yeah. I expect him to have this until Mania. Hell, maybe he does what Gunther did, and he holds it for a long, long time, because I don't expect him to be in the world title scene anytime soon, but this will be one of many championships, but this is going to be an important one for Braun Breaker for sure.
Of course. You guys remember SummerSlam history here. Bret Hart won his first singles title, SummerSlam 91. So, cool to see there. Again, two guys.
We're not going to say Braun Breaker's Bret Hart.
No, of course not. Of course not. But, you think about it, how it began for Bret. 91 SummerSlam and then beyond, obviously. From there, we go on to, let's get this, Logan Paul versus LA Knight. The current odds right now for this match for the U.S. title, Logan Paul's at a minus 450. My bad. LA Knight's at a minus 450. And Logan Paul's at a plus 275. And if you guys recall,
are just because they're in Cleveland.
Yes. LA Knight minus 450, Logan Paul plus 275. If you guys recall, the last couple of weeks on TV, Logan Paul has been bad-mouthing LA Knight. Called him a watered-down rock. Now, I did like that segment where LA Knight went to Logan's house, right? And got into his pool, enjoyed, the household of Logan Paul. And here's the thing about it, right? Logan Paul defended that title only 3 times on TV. And he's been getting pinned the last couple times that we've seen him on TV. I would love to sit here and tell you LA Knight. Yeah. But based on what I just said, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think, and still, Intercontinental Champion.
You're U.S. champion. Steve, how high are you? You're messing up the names. You're reading the wrong odds. You're saying the wrong belt.
Well, the U.S. champion, yes. New and still U.S. champion.
I think we should also be talking about Logan Paul's big third down miscue today.
Okay, fine. Well,
I was trying. We don't have to talk about the actual topic. Like,
yeah.
Look. You can have your opinion on what you saw in that boxing video. That's totally fine. It does not affect me whatsoever as a human being and stuff like that. I support both people in this situation. It is what it is. It happened. Okay. But Logan Paul is probably the most stupidest successful person I've ever seen in my life. Like, how do you not think? Like, his manager and PR manager are probably
Need to be fired.
No, not to be fired. They're probably worried every time this guy has a thought. This guy's the stupidest person I've ever seen in my life to be successful. Like, he just looks into things. Like, it's just like Logan Paul just like bumps into things and he's successful, man. Because Logan, what he said is just like very, very like, bro, you should know what you're representing. You're not just the WWE United States champion. You're a successful business owner with Prime. You also have a pretty successful podcast with Impulsive. You represent a lot of brands. You represent a lot of things. And you should know too, especially in your landscape, the YouTube landscape, the biggest creator who you were just on their biggest video of all time is coming under fire, and Mr. Beast, with everything that's going on with that motherfucker. Why the fuck do you think, let me give my opinion on this? Like, why are you being allowed to speak your opinion on this? This is something where you have discussion with and closed doors with Mike. You don't have to give your opinion on everything. That's the problem with Logan Paul. He feels like he has to give his opinion on everything. Logan Paul has to say this because, I have a platform, so I should say something. No, sometimes, motherfucker, you should just shut up. That's all you should do. Logan Paul would have such a better career if he just shut up half the time. That's it. He doesn't know when to shut up. He always like it's the same thing with his views on religion. This guy couldn't shut up because his one co-host believes in Christianity, and he had to, because Logan Paul, he always believes he's right. But it's like, dude, Logan Paul, do you not understand? You have all this other shit going on in your life. Not to mention, you're still under a lawsuit for your freaking crypto zoo thing. Why the fuck are you just not saying I should just shut the fuck up? That's on Logan Paul. Logan Paul is just stupid. He's just a stupid person. Like, that's just how it is. Logan Paul is just stupid at the end of the day. And the problem with Logan Paul is this. Logan Paul has avoided, he's one of these guys that has avoided being canceled not once, not twice, not 3 times, but like 4 times. Like, he is one of those, he has built himself this weird invincibility barrier where he just feels nothing can go wrong with it. But yeah, exactly. And it's not like, for example, there's other people like this. There are other people that come to mind are Joe Rogan and Charles Barkley. So you know what Joe Rogan and Charles Barkley do, though, to keep themselves safe from, being totally canceled? They always mention that they're not an expert on it. Joe Rogan always goes that, like, he will say to himself that he's not an expert. He just reads some things and stuff like that. Like, people will try to cancel Joe Rogan, but when Joe Rogan says, well, I'm not an expert on these things, then people go, oh, well, it's just Joe rambling. He's high on whatever and stuff like that. Charles Barkley, he has been shown to be outspoken throughout his whole basketball career. People expect this from the Chuckster. The problem is Logan Paul thinks he's an expert on this. Like, Logan Paul literally thinks like, I'm an expert on this. Like, do you not see what I've done through my career and all this other stuff? Like, that's the problem. Logan Paul thinks he's an expert. And when you think you're an expert on this situation, you just come up as stupid and you just come up as dumb. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Because, look, is a guy talented inside the ring? Absolutely. But
both wrestling and boxing, yes, talented.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's definitely a talent. I'm not good at, like, here's the thing. When people say Logan Paul doesn't have talent, I'll disagree with them on there. The guy's major talented in what he's done, not just in wrestling, but in life. But he's fucking stupid at the end of the day. He is really, really stupid. He makes dumb mistakes. He has a successful drink brand that has sponsored many top boxers, many top mixed martial artists, has Cody Rhodes signed under there. Teams are partnered them in soccer. Don't be stupid, Logan. You got to know when to voice your opinion and when not to voice your opinion. I don't care. Well, that doesn't fit my brand. You know, I'm the fuck being the Maverick. You're not the character all the time. You got to be somewhat of a smart human being at the end of the day. Notice I didn't say decent because Logan Paul, the ability of Logan Paul to be decent is just not there. The guy cannot be a decent human being. It's just not in his nature. He can't be there. Like it's shocking to me that Jake Paul gets a lot of hate. When I'm like, I feel like Jake is just far more smarter than Logan in every shape and form and everything. And it's just like, you know, Jake Paul gets a lot of hate for. No, he is. He's way smarter than Logan. Logan's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like
at the end of the day,
in the WWE locker room, they need to talk to him.
Sit him down.
They need to talk. Yeah.
You veteran.
Need to have this conversation.
Have to be a veteran.
Yeah, you have to like have this discussion with him and say, hey man, there's shit that sometimes you just don't need to put out there. I get it. Like, look, Logan's still extremely young. He's like in his 20s. Like people forget this about Logan Paul because they've seen him so much. They think he's much older. He's a young kid that has an invincibility aura about him, that has an ego complex with him. You can't prove this guy wrong. No matter how many times you try to tell him the right thing, he will still believe. Like, guys, he was arguing with his podcast co-host about Christianity. If he's arguing about fucking religion, this guy obviously thinks he knows everything. Like that's the one thing a lot of people do not understand is that he was fighting his old friend about religion. This guy thinks he's right about everything. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you just have to, you know, sit him down. You have to talk to him and let Logan Paul know that you can't be doing this stupid shit because this is what's going to cost you in the long run. Now, should WWE get rid of Prime? No, they probably have like a great Prime deal. Like they're not going to get rid of Prime. They probably have a great deal. It's probably making them a lot of money. They're not going to just get rid of it for no fucking reason and stuff. They're not. I just want to get that out there. Like I said, whatever your takes are on the actual boxing video, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. But when you're Logan Paul, you cannot be tweeting this. You do not have to tweet about this.
Especially when it's the second biggest show of the year for WWE.
Yeah.
Because you already know. Because you know for a fact what's going to happen now. When that media scrum happens, there's going to be that person asking Triple H, will Logan Paul be reprimanded or anything like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, and this is my last point. I think LA Knight's going to win. But the real feud of the century is Logan Paul versus Common Sense, because this guy does not have any common sense whatsoever in his whole life. What's up, Romeo? Sorry, I had to get that out. I was just like, I just have to get my thoughts out there.
What up? No, you were 100% right with everything you said. Logan Paul's an idiot for today, but I don't think that's grounds for like terminating relationships with him. But I would be stunned, shocked, Steve, if he wins on Saturday. Stunned.
Yeah, you know what? Based on what you guys said, I'm gonna go with LA Knight.
Like any chance he had, he put it in the mud today.
LA Knight by disqualification.
Oh, he's not keeping
DQ. He's not going all the way.
Yeah. You the thing too. Again, any of y'all who think they're gonna let him go or anything like that, that ain't happening. They're not letting him go.
Guys,
they're not.
I hate to break it to you. There's a lot of other bad wrestlers on contracts too. You know what the other bad wrestlers do? They don't tweet shit. They use their brains and say, "Oh, I probably shouldn't say this."
Exactly. If we terminated wrestlers on the opinions they have, like there'd be nobody left.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like a lot of y'all don't understand. It's not just like there is probably, and I'm saying this there's probably a section of wrestlers, not just in WWE, but in general, who agree with what Logan Paul is saying. But you know what they're not doing? You know what they're not doing? Tweeting about it. They're not sharing it to the world to hear. They are staying with it in private because that's what you're supposed to do.
DMing him. Like, great point.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing that people need to understand. Like, look, like I said, Logan Paul is an idiot. There should be repercussions for his actions. It's just the problem is Logan Paul just has this invincibility aura. He has been built his whole life to say that he is right. He has put this in his head that he is always right. I'll repeat this again because sometimes people don't understand where I'm coming from. The guy was trying to argue about fucking religion. Religion. How can you argue religion like that? That's what I'm trying to say. He was trying to prove right that there's no God. He doesn't believe there's a God because he thinks he's God. That's how Logan Paul operates.
The God of boxing, man. The God of
the Maverick.
The God of everything. The Maverick is. He truly believes, like Logan Paul put this in his head, that the Maverick is the real Jesus Christ. That's what Logan Paul has put in his head. This is like, look, like I said, guy is talented in a lot of things. He is a master manipulator. He has manipulated people in a lot of different ways. Like oh my God, like the fact that he survived the suicide forest, the fact that he survived that is fucking amazing. No one should bounce back from that at all. Yet somehow, some way, he rebranded himself. He aligned himself with Mike, and that's the problem. He surrounds himself with people that, say they give him tough love and no. Mike is just Mike is literally the biggest Logan supporter there is. He like this is what Mike probably did. Oh man, I tweeted something, but I truly believe this. Yeah, Logan, look, I would have tweeted that, but hey man, that's why people love you, because you just go out there and you say just crazy shit, and that's why you're the Maverick. That's what Mike does. That's all he does. He just enables Logan and supports this shitty behavior and stuff. Like, look, I'm not trying to say like I said, there's a lot of bad people who work in the wrestling industry. I'm not trying to act like everyone's this nice person and stuff. But you gotta just have common sense. You gotta know when it's okay to voice your opinion on something. You don't always have to voice your opinion. Sometimes it's better left between you and your group of friends that you feel comfortable talking with it.
Or if not, just bite your tongue. Like, you know what? I'll say it for another day. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, there's sometimes, you know what? As best, don't say anything so it doesn't fuck you over in the long run. And I'll say this too. I see a lot of you guys on social media getting upset, getting bent out of shape. Really? These wrestling fans, remember, I guarantee y'all in a week or in a couple of weeks from now, y'all forget about it. Y'all will move on from this. Yes, it was a dumb what he said, absolutely. But there's worse things happening in this world right now to be upset over this.
Gonna be really upset in November.
You know what I mean? So,
like, look, Logan just needs to be like they really just need to talk to this kid. Like, someone needs to bring a reality check on him. Like, dude, like where, this is where he needs someone like The Miz, Cody, Randy Orton, people that are veterans.
I know a veteran that's a big dog. It's gonna be there Saturday. Everybody respects.
Yeah, you need to ask them, should I tweet this? You need to someone in the WWE needs to help him and especially grow up a little bit, because it's just one of those things where it's like, look, you can't always be this YouTube influencer, and especially when you know what's been going on in your space, it is rough to be doing this. That's why you can't be doing this shit. Like, it's like, but like I said, Logan Paul's just an asshole at the end of the day. That's just it. He's just an asshole. He will always be an asshole. Nothing will change unless something really hits it. Because here's the thing. Logan Paul is one of these people. He worries what happens to him. He doesn't care what happens to anyone else or anything like that. If this affected his wife and his daughter, his future daughter, his daughter's not born yet, this is where Logan Paul will actually change as a human being. But That will take time. That will take time. And the problem is Logan Paul needs to understand he's in the prime of his career, no pun intended.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, he's in the prime of his career with everything. He has a lot of money tied into a lot of things, and a lot of these things are very successful. You don't want to be in the point, because let's be real, Prime has had its issues with the other products that they released. They released like an energy drink, and apparently like it can like kill your heart if you drink, like, because here's a lot of people have a misconception. Prime, like those bottles that you see and stuff, actually good for you. Like, it's not like, I'm not saying drink like 5 of them a day, but it's a good hydration drink in between water. If you drink enough water and you drink 2 of those, you'll feel actually really hydrated drinking those. Those are actually good for you. But the energy drinks and the supplements, like the little pouches that they put, not good for you. Drinking those like is fucking terrible for you. Like for example, I drink one of these monsters. They're very healthy. They're fine. They don't do anything to me. But one of these monsters has less chemicals and everything than Logan Paul's Prime energy drink. The Prime energy drink is horrible for you, so do not drink those.
I'm the Celsius guy.
Yeah, Celsius is great too. Yeah, Celsius is also fucking great. You know, those are hydration. Those are just so that way you can get extra hydration. You know, drink water first and then drink those to boost your hydration and get proper electrolytes that you need. Electrolytes are good for your body, activate the body, make you want to push and move forward. But that's what I'm trying to say is like, here's a lot of stuff going on. And I get it. You are someone that's like, oh, well, I survived this, and this. There's going to be one thing you can't survive, and it will bite you in the ass. And it will bite you hard to the point where you can't come back. You do not want that to happen to you. And if he continues on this trajectory, Logan Paul will be 30-something saying to himself, damn, I wish I was smarter in my early 30s. He'll have money. Money is not an issue for Logan Paul. He'll have the money. But the thing with Logan Paul, money is not his driving motivation. Being an influencer is his driving motivation.
For a lot of influencers.
For a lot of them.
Do you think Mr. Beast, for example, he's coming under fire for a lot of different things? We're not talking about him because he's not going to be in WWE. But Mr. Beast, do you think he looks at this because he's making money? No, he spends more money than he makes. That's how he operates. He looks at this to be an influence. He wants the followers. He wants the fame that comes with it. There's people who do YouTube for money, and then there's people who do YouTube for the influence and the fame that you get from it. So
that is true. That is true.
Sorry, everyone, for that rant. I know we were going to get asked a lot of questions about it and stuff. Yeah. We'll just timestamp. I just have strong opinions towards this, so I was just like, hey, you know what? Let me just get it out there and stuff like that. I just want to give my thoughts out there about Logan Paul as a human being. Yes, he's an idiot. Yes, he's an asshole. We all know this. But the thing is, he needs to be trained on this, because I hate, you know, the one thing I hate is seeing people with that can do what Logan Paul can do, and they go down and I don't like seeing people fail. If you want to see people fail, you're a horrible fucking human being. I'm just being honest here when I say that. Like you can joke around about it, but seeing people that can somehow connect with a bunch of people fail, I don't like that. I really don't. Like, this guy could be really like, I don't like the shit that's going on with Mr. Beast. It sucks. It sucks what's going on with the whole Mr. Beast situation too, because he is a big influence and stuff. And as people who are on this platform, yes, we're in a niche community in pro wrestling. We don't want the biggest creator to go down in flames, and especially someone who is a big time creator in Logan Paul. We don't want him to go down in flames because he represents us in some sort of way. So yeah, I just want Logan Paul to mature a little bit. That's it. Like, because it frustrates me, because I felt he was matured and he pulled the sheep wool over my eyes. He pulled it over. I thought, oh man, this guy has changed. And then once I saw more episodes of Impulsive, I said, it's the same fucking motherfucker. He has not changed.
With the podcast now.
Yeah, no, because if you watch early Impulsive, you know why they call it Impulsive, Steve?
Because he has a lot of shit like going on, right? Like, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So he lived with his friends, and whenever Logan said, I want to film a podcast, they would just film a podcast. They were just like, it's like what we do with the watch-alongs and stuff like that. He would just randomly want to do this. That's why he called it impulsive, because it was an impulsive thought that he had, and then him and his friends would just talk about it, and you said, "Wow, this is good content from Logan." And then I think it's just me being disappointed in this guy, because I really felt that he was making good strides for himself, and for every step that he's taking like 8 steps back, and it just pisses me off, because I'm like, dude, why do you self-sabotage yourself? I hate people who do that. That just pisses me off. And it's their fault.
Yeah, let's read some comments here too. Ronan Ghost writes here: do you think Jake Paul made the right call boxing Mike Perry, as he's known for being a bare knuckle fighting champion?
Yeah, it is the right call. He fought someone that was 20 pounds lighter than him.
Speaking of Jake Paul, there is a prop here for him too. Let me find it here. Let me find it. Gosh darn it.
Will Jake Paul appear?
Yeah. No is a -200. Yes is a +150. I don't think he's showing up, but
on the show
at SummerSlam. That's because they're in Cleveland.
Well, because he's appeared on a pre-show panel before WrestleMania.
I think for them it's like, do we hear his everyday bro Titantron during the Logan match or some way, shape, or form?
Do they live in Cleveland or they're from?
They live in Puerto Rico, but again, being that it's in Cleveland, they're both Cleveland guys, you know.
Yeah, they used to live in Cleveland, then they moved to LA, and now they're in Puerto Rico, both of them.
Yeah.
Where's my sleeve? Can I still wear that, or what?
Romeo.
We're proud.
I don't care. Romeo, I don't care if you want to support it. I'm just disappointed in the human being. That's it. I tell people, support who you want to support. It doesn't change my views of you as a human being. I'm just disappointed in him as a human being. That's it. I'm just like, dude, why the fuck are you so stupid?
I think Logan Paul will win because Logan Paul makes WWE more money. Plus, LA Knight fans might hate to hear this, but Logan is just more over.
He's more popular. He's not
more popular.
Yeah, he's a bigger name. I just think it's like Triple H's thing is that he wants the U.S. title to be featured. Like the U.S. Championship has been a mess under the Triple H era. Like it's just hasn't been the belt that it was, you know. And it's one of their most beautiful belts. And if you go on WWE Shop, it's one of their top selling belts too. That Intercontinental title is not moving. It's a basic looking belt. People don't buy it, but that U.S. belt, and have you guys seen it in person at all? Like or held it?
Nope.
I've seen it, but I've never. I was going to, but then some lady asked to hold it, and she didn't let go of it. It was like, fuck yeah.
I think it's one of the, if not the most
beautiful in Detroit last year. I think, honestly, the most beautiful looking belt right now is the World Heavyweight title.
Wait, what were you going to say about the U.S. belt?
I think it's one of, if not the most beautiful looking belt in the company.
So when I went to SummerSlam in 2021, first of all, great salesman by the lady that was working at the thing. She was trying to upsell me on the U.S. title. And when I held that belt, the spinner belt and the universal title that I have, universal title is light as fuck. It's just a plate and the blue strap. Spinner belt's pretty heavy because it spins and all the other shit. That U.S. belt was fucking like 40 pounds. I was like, holy shit. But when you see that in person, the design and it's one of the belts where you say, because like a lot of people, like when they belt collect, they want to know, is it worth my money? Because like, let's be real, like you're just looking at these things at the end of the day. It depends on if the belt has meaning to you. And that belt, if it had any sort of meaning to me, I would have bought it because it is worth your money in buying that belt. I think it's the one belt, like if there's someone that has extra cash and you want to get into belt collecting, it's the one belt you should buy because it does have a lot of good, how do I say it? It has a lot of good things about it, and it makes you feel like, oh yeah, I got my money's worth spending however much you spend on these replica belts and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I don't want to buy it. There's no champions I like that have held that.
I would, if I bought it, I would just bring it to every 4th of July barbecue.
Word.
That's a good call. Good call, Romeo.
Let's move on here. Let's get to the next match here. The next contest here for the Women's Championship on SmackDown. Bayley defending the championship against Queen Nia Jax. And the odds say right here, right now. Ready for this? Nia Jax is a -170. Bayley is a +130. What do y'all think about those odds right now?
Very, very close. I think interesting that Bayley is plus 130 and Nia is only minus 170. I know you said DQ for the other match. I feel this match could possibly end in a DQ with Nia winning, but to keep the belt on Bayley. I just based off those odds, maybe Tiffy time fucks up with the briefcase and the referee sees Bayley get hit with it, and then that causes a disqualification. Maybe something of that nature.
You would have thought like there would have been a prop for that. You know what prop they have here? Will a female wrestler expose a nipple?
What?
I shit you not. They have that prop on BetOnline.ag.
What, I mean, so how many women's matches do we have on this card? Two. Bayley's not known for having wardrobe malfunction.
Yes, is a plus 500. They don't have a no option on this.
Tiffany does have gear that sometimes is a little bit.
I don't think she's gonna get that physical though. Rhea though, I think it's possible.
Yeah, because Rhea does show Cleveland. Liv doesn't really show any cleat. Yeah, like the only thing Liv does is like she'll wear like a skirt sometimes, but she's wearing ring trunks underneath there.
It won't be Liv, Bayley, or Nia. It has to be Rhea. Yeah,
Rhea or Tippy if she does a run in, because sometimes she does wear Lucy gear. Like she does wear the Lucy gear.
Yeah, she has a black screen before in her match.
Yeah.
If Tiffy gets a new briefcase, she's not cashing in. She's going to be walking around a lot for a while. Yeah, I agree with that too. I don't think we're seeing we might get a tease of it, but I do think if Tiffany Stratton is getting a new briefcase, like Barnaby up, whatever it may be, they're gonna want to sell that on WWE Shop. So let her hold that briefcase for a while so they can make money off of it. So I don't think Tiffany Stratton, again, she'll tease it, but I do think that Bayley will retain, but it might be a DQ finish, and they probably carry it over to Berlin. We're on an episode of SmackDown. Who knows? What do you guys think? Romeo, what do you think?
I agree with you about the DQ idea. I think Nia Jax should win. She's the queen of the ring, but I think it's too soon to take the title right now off of Bayley. So I do think they probably run it back at Bash at Berlin. You always want Bayley with the international crowds because she's always fun with the international crowds. Mm-hmm. So she's got to be in that match somehow. So yeah, I think it's a DQ.
Absolutely. Crystal Claire writes here, I am in love with Bayley. Wonderful. And Bayley wins by DQ. Okay.
Yeah, I think Nia wins by DQ. Just based off those odds, I don't think there's a title change here. I think Bayley will, like I said, I think it's something where Tiffany accidentally hits Bayley with the briefcase and stuff, and then Nia gets all confused, and they build up the Nia and Tippy tension, because like Tiffany Stratton, a lot of people say, oh, why don't look besides Io Sky, this is the longest that we've had with the women's Money in the Bank briefcase holder. I think they definitely want to, keep this briefcase. Oh, and Carmella held that briefcase forever or whatever, technically, right? Yeah, she held it for a long time. But I think they want to keep this for a while, and I think Nia Jax should be awarded with something. She's been on fire since coming back. Like,
yes,
main event with Rhea Ripley in Australia. Had a great Royal Rumble moment with Jay.
One of the best signings of the Paul Levesque era right now. Comeback signings, if you will, for sure.
The finish of the year with Lyra at Keenan, the Queen of the Ring. I mean, she has put in a lot of work where she's at. But yeah, I don't think like and plus two, like you need at least one bad guy to win at Bash of Berlin, and the fans will champ for Bayley, and she'll get squashed at Bash of Berlin.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like for Nia to win and have Tiffany cash in, but it won't. But I know it won't happen. Most likely not. Let's move on here. Let's move on here. We go to the World Heavyweight Championship match. El Campeón Damian Priest versus Gunther. Now, the odds as we speak. Ready for this? Gunther's at a minus 500.
Sorry.
Damian Priest plus 300.
I already know Chase put 100 smackaroos on that.
I put 100 smackaroos when Damian Priest was at plus 900. And I put I put $100 when Damian Priest was at plus 500. So
that's very important context, folks. You hear 900, 500, and now look at it, 300. It's going down.
I'm pretty sure this is a Chase Oliver bold prediction. By Saturday, this will become plus 175. I think it will. We'll pay attention to the odds. So, we'll be doing live watch-alongs on the channel. It's on Saturday. There's a lot going on that day. So I think plus 175 will be the closing odds for Damian Priest, because there's a great chance that he does win against Sterling General.
Getting that out. My thing is this too, right? The story is Gunther's calling Damian Priest street trash, and he was homeless, and Gunther had better upbringing, what have you. In the way that, I've enjoyed the little brawl at the end of Monday Night Raw. My thing is, right, do you have Gunther win here? Because you go into Berlin next month, right? Do you have him walk into
next
Berlin?
Month, this month still.
What happened?
It's this month.
The end of this month. The end of this month. Do you have him walk into Berlin with the title, and you give him that grant, because he's gonna get a big entrance in Berlin? They might bring out the tanks. You know what I mean? They might bring out the tank, the same one Lana and Rusev were messing around with many years ago. Or do you have him win it in Berlin and Europe?
That's way more fun.
That's the thing. What do y'all think? Which one is more funner?
The second one.
Yeah, the second one. It's just so hard because for me, this is just my thing. I'm very big on when you announce that X person, if they win this thing, they should win the title. Like, I'm very big, especially when you are first introducing it. Like, for example, like when they first introduced Money in the Bank, Edge had to have won the WWE title, whatever title he was cashing in on, because it looks stupid that you made him hold his briefcase and then he couldn't, and then he didn't win it.
Oh, that's
no, but it's the first time introducing.
Oh,
it.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. The King and the Queen of the Ring. Yes, in the past history, they have had it where the King of the Ring has gone for the title, but in this new era of WWE, like the 2010s and the 2020s, most of the King of the Ring doesn't even get a shot at the championship. They were just like, they just were a goofy King gimmick, and it never worked out for anyone. Like, it was always like the worst and stuff. So reestablishing the King and the Queen of the Ring, I feel, is important, and that's why I feel like Gunther. Now, this is unbiased Chase going. The bias is saying I want Damian Priest to win. I want to win that money that I put. Like, so I'm, I want to win my money. I want to win $1,400, but there's a lot going in the favor of Priest, as Chief mentioned. WWE 24 documentary is back. Was a feature. Damian Priest. They have focused a lot of time into making you want to believe in Damian Priest. They have 180 dispute, because going in beforehand, this was definitely like, Gunther's going to beat the shit out of this guy and stuff like that. The fact Gunther's such a heavy favorite is probably like they have penciled it, but Triple H loves to swerve sometimes. He loves to change. Yeah, throw a curveball. A lot of bad guys are probably going to win on this show. Maybe he wants SummerSlam to be a happy PLE, a PLE for the people. And what better way than Damian Priest walking in and retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship
and shutting up Gunther.
My money and heart is on Damian Priest, but the mind is going to say Gunther will win the World Heavyweight Championship some way, somehow. I don't know how it happens, but I think some way, somehow, I think he will win the title. But I'm rooting for Priest, because I just feel also too, I saw people 180 on Priest's title reign. They're loving it now. They're liking what Priest has been showing. I think Priest has earned a clean win at this point, and a win over Gunther. This would make Gunther, because Gunther's looking down on Priest, and he may, like, it's like the traditional, you're looking down on your opponent and then you end up losing. I would love it if Gunther, like after this he loses and we get pissed off Gunther, demands a way to get this match at Bash Berlin. We know Adam Pearce is an idiot GM anyways. He's just going to approve it no matter what they do.
That's official.
Yeah, whatever. But
no, because like adding to the story, besides all the street trash stuff, is another part of the story with Damian Priest, that he wants this fair and square, legitimate title win that he hasn't really had.
No Imperium, no Judgment Day,
nothing. He has every time something fishy happens in his title matches.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look what happened to Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
the spot with the referee, and it looked like Dream Music didn't play in time. The cash in as it was. Even in a Rollins match, right? I just mentioned that moments ago. But nevertheless, again, you also want to see Damian Priest shut up Gunther. Finally, shut him up, right? It should be a fun match. It should be a fucking fun match. Banger. They're gonna chop the shit out of each other. It's gonna be crazy.
Be on, man. I'm telling you, Damian's gonna do it. He's gonna win fair and square. And I fully believe what Chase said, that because Gunther's always been like, if you beat me fair and square, whatever, the mat is sacred, all that garbage. He's gonna turn on all of that. He's gonna go. We're gonna see a different side of Gunther after he loses.
Yeah, because we need, because like the thing with Gunther is like, you're building up the whole, he's been handed everything and stuff like that, and for Gunther to lose, that will hurt his ego, because like we already got the Gunther IC title reign where he put on Banner matches sacred and stuff. Now we need the evil tyrant. Now we need Gunther to be different. Like, he can't be doing that. Like, because look, I like Gunther. He's one of my favorite in-ring performers in the WWE. If you ask me pound for pound who's one of the best wrestlers in WWE, it's Gunther. He's one of the best in that locker room. But to do a world title reign where it's just, oh, here's your IC title reign, but now it's with the world championship. Yeah, it's a little monotonous there. Like, there's nothing really, like, you need something like come on. We all know Cena is one of the prime contenders to possibly face Gunther. The Cena doing this for the United States of America gimmick won't hit the same as Gunther's gimmick as Darlene is sacred. I'm a better wrestler than everyone here. Can you imagine Gunther just looking down and John Cena's cutting that promo? There was once a time that I had a dream too. I was living in my car out there in Venice Beach, California, looking to make it. And you over here, everyone in this building, everyone in this building, they all believe it's something. They all believe it's something. And everyone's Cena. Like, you need Cena to have, you need to build up Gunther being this evil tyrant, evil person that he can flip a switch that could be going. Because, like, Gunther went in here and just replicating his IC title reign. I don't know if that works. I'm just being honest. Like, it may work for some demographic, but the overall demographic would be like, why is there to hate this guy? He just wants to wrestle good matches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to hate. That's why Gunther as IC champion was fine, because the IC champion is meant for that. The IC champion's role is, you're the workhorse. Now, when you're the world heavyweight champion, yes, you can be a workhorse. But as we saw with Rollins, he added a character to it. And that's what made his first initial run as world heavyweight champion successful and helped that belt out. You need to be more than just, I'm a good wrestler gimmick and stuff like that. And that's why I feel like Gunther, belittling people, being the evil foreigner, that's the gimmick he'll have to do. Yeah, he can still wrestle good matches. It won't take away his wrestling ability, but there needs to be a little bit more layers to this onion than he's going to out wrestle you. He's going to out grapple you and be this long reigning dominant champion.
Oh, for sure. Making the play rights here. I'm the opposite. My heart says Gunther is winning, but my mind is saying Priest is winning because Giovanni Vinci, or however you spell the name Vinci, is interfering. I don't think so. I don't think he's interfering. I think
what does he even do?
I don't think they renewed his deal, man. I don't think they renewed.
He's on the list. He's on the list. We're gonna see a tweet from him soon saying WWE didn't renew my deal.
They renew my deal. I'm taking booking. Thank you for the journey and grazie, something like that. Thank you.
Maybe a loss by Gunther motivates him. You know what? I was doing a lot better when Imperium was all around, when we were whole. Yeah. And then that's what brings it all together, and then he's champion at Bash.
Okay, isn't Ludwig injured right now?
Yeah, he has a hurt rib. But for Ludwig,
should be healed by now.
But Ludwig could is really good. He's a good wrestler, but he's really good at, he could, like, even with a rib, you can kind of just be there to beat down your opponents, beat down the opponents and stuff. Yeah, because that's the thing. You need Gunther to have those. I don't think Finn screws over Priest.
I don't think so either.
At this event. Bash at Berlin, most likely, yes. I think that's where you'll see the full cracks of the Judgment Day at Bash at Berlin and stuff. And then, and that also fit with the Gunther's character too, that he will have to, probably cheat a little bit more to be the world champion. And then no one hates anything more than a hypocrite. Where if Gunther, is saying that he's this sacred mat wrestler, and it's like, yeah, motherfucker, you have two guys that help you every match, and then all of a sudden, it's like it's that's why the Roman character worked. Was that Roman was saying, it's like, yeah, Roman, well, you need help from all your cousins just to retain a championship. And so it works, it's something like people get sick, like hardcore wrestling fans get sick of that booking. You know who doesn't get sick of it? The casuals. They eat that shit up. It's always like the easiest thing. Like, we have a world champion. Who cares how dominant they are? Put 2 or 3 heaters on them and it'll work. Trust. And it works every time. And Cena loves that spot. Where, especially if he's losing, where he has to fend off everyone. And that's the John Cena spot where he lifts everyone up on his shoulders, does the AA and stuff, and then the other person, yeah.
No, he'll do the 6 move of doom.
But you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah, of course.
Gunther needs to be that evil champion, and I feel it works better if he loses here, wins at Bash at Berlin. Because let's be real, no matter what, he's going to be cheered at that event. He's going to be cheered. There's nothing about it. And it wasn't too long ago. People were saying it sucked that Drew didn't get his moment in Scotland, and Drew was the complete heel entering that feud. You have to pay it off somehow with these international fans too, because they're tired of seeing their boys get screwed. Every single time they get their favorites don't win. The adopted Frenchman Jey Uso didn't win at Backlash. Drew didn't win at Clash at the Castle. So
yes. Let's move on here. Let's get into the next women's title match here. For the women's World Heavyweight Championship. You have Liv Morgan defending against the returning mommy, Rhea Ripley. Now, for those of you wondering, there's a prop here actually from Bet Online.
Will they make out?
No. Dominic interference in Rhea Ripley in Rhea's match. First weapon used. A chair is a plus 200. Fist is a plus 300. Brass knucks plus 700. Referee plus 1200. Mr. Fuji Salt plus 3,300, a table plus 1,000, kick plus 400, and a belt plus 300. They even have.
Wait. What was the other thing you said after a table, Steve?
Mr. Fuji Salt.
No, after the table. After the table.
Kick.
Kick.
What? He's gonna kick mommy? Oh.
They even have how many crossroads? That's for later. How many tables broken during the entire PLE? Over 2 tables minus 120. Under 2 tables minus 120. So there's that too. But for this match, Liv Morgan's a minus 600. Rhea Ripley plus 350. Chase, tell me you put 100 on Rhea Ripley here.
No, I did not.
That'd be a dumb bet.
Yeah, I'm only going for El Campeon, man. Like he's my only underdog. I would bet on this card. Like Bayley being the other one that has some profitable value. Look, we all know that Liv is most likely retaining. I think we all agree with that. Do we think Dom fully turns on Rhea? I think Dom should do it just here. Like screw waiting until Bash at Berlin or whatever. Do the turn here. Have it where he hits her with the chair. That right. Can you imagine the heat? Oh my God.
I'll say this. I think Dominic does cost Rhea the championship by accident, whatever it may be.
I don't want that.
But you need something for the Raw after Summer. Granted, they're not even going to be in. They're not even going to be in Cleveland for Raw on Monday.
But you really think they're going to do the turn on the Sci-Fi channel?
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah, fuck, I forgot. yeah, then you know what? They got to do it here. They got to do it here. Do something after the match. After the match, it's like Dominic feels bad whatsoever.
No, it's going to be the long-term storytelling that Triple H always does.
The novella, the novella style.
Yeah, you're not going to get a full turn.
Is un camino.
You're not going to get a full turn at SummerSlam. You're not going to get the full turn on the Raw after. It's going to be Dom and Rhea trying to fix out their issues, the clear issues that's going to arise.
And they finally kiss. They finally kissed Dom and Liv.
Yeah, I don't think Buddy signed off on that.
They're gonna be locking up Dom and Liv locking lips. Finally, all over the place. My other thing too, do you think Jey Uso will be involved in this match in some way, shape, or form?
No, but I think there is something to the fact that Rhea's always looking out for him. Have you noticed that every damn Monday now?
Yeah,
she's been back. Always a little sly comment like,
"Oh, don't let Rikishi find out about this kid." Rikishi
trying to ruin his marriage.
Ruin a marriage. I get him though. I get him where he's coming from with that though. You know what I mean? Again, he was around at a time where that stuff was happening. You know, but that's no here or there.
Let's be real. That stuff still happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, it does. Dom accidentally screws over Rhea Ripley with Liv saying, "You do love me," but low key Dom is actually a clumsy idiot.
I like that. I like that for Liv. I like that for Liv's direction. That Dom messes up and Liv is like, "You did it for me." That's great. It's great. It'll be great.
I like making the play here where he said that, you know, like whether it's on purpose or not, Dom and Liv kiss at SummerSlam. I will take that if there is a kiss, like and stuff like that. But it's more like when they kiss, it's not like the one where Dom was like, "Oh, why are you kissing me?" Dom is actually like into it, and Mommy's just confused. And then later on, Mommy storms out the ring and he goes, "Mommy, I'm sorry. It was just a kiss. I don't know what happened, Mommy."
I'm coming back from that.
I thought about you, Mommy. I thought about you.
I see that if Dom doesn't fully turn there with the steel chair shot, which I want, where the crowd just boos the shit out of him, I will take the Dom on accident, you know, cost Rhea the title. We do what Chief said. Liv goes, "You do love me." Dom is kind of like looking like all concerned, and then Liv comes closer, and then they both just make out. Mommy's jaw is on the floor, like, the fuck is this? And then all of a sudden, Liv and Dom, Liv walks away from Dom, and Dom is rubbing that mullet, all confused, and Mommy walks by him, looking disgusted. And Dom is trying to reach out for Mommy, and then you can build your soap opera, and then finally Dom turns on Liv.
Yes,
that's what I will take.
Yes. Let's get in now to the next match here, the next contest here. We're almost done here, by the way. Now, I don't think this will co-main event, but who knows, right? You know what I mean? I'll be shocked if they actually go in this order. Can you imagine? Do you guys think the order we went? Do you think that's the order they'll go by?
What did you start with?
Well, technically, I started with Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, but I had LA Knight and Logan Paul like the first thing on here. But you know,
I think they start.
Okay, that's fair.
Have a baby face with nobody.
Quick squash after what happened. This quick squash.
Ain't gonna be no quick squash.
Romeo, do you see what? I don't know if you saw what we saw on the Raw rundown. I'm like, Steve goes to either like the super extreme or super
I did see.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, why you go so like a quick squash?
Very MAGA of you, Steve. Very.
Yeah, he's wearing his red hat. He's wearing his red hat. That's why it's flipped around. What the fuck is this? What the hell? Did you see the dance? Did you see the dance?
I missed it. Something like this.
Oh my, yeah. He's doing his little churl dance. The churl dance.
So the order you have it
Steve eating churros.
I had it. Well, it's technically supposed to be this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Now we're gonna go to this. CM Punk's first singles match in WWE. Since
Steve, before you
2000.
go, I think this will go on third.
You think?
I think
Okay.
this is the what do you call it? It starts at 7, right? Like the 8 p.m. match.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I'm saying. That's why I say I think US and IC. I think US WWE Women's Championship. I honestly think they will do Rhea and Liv co-main, and then the main event Cody and Solo.
Yes, Bayley and Nia's probably after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here we go. CM Punk's first singles match in WWE, I believe, since 2013. It has to be, right?
Televised singles match. He's had
before WrestleMania 30.
Well, that was the Rumble. Remember, he was in the Rumble match. Yeah,
Right.
I think it was it against Ryback?
When did he leave?
No, he was in the Rumble.
But his first
right. But like, when did he leave? Like, that was his last thing, the Rumble?
The Rumble match, yeah, 2014.
Oh, he didn't probably had a singles match before that.
Nah, just multiple. Remember, he had that was it the staph infection, remember?
How could I forget?
And they were giving him what were they giving him again? What were they giving him? A freaking a Z-Pack. A Z-Pack. Take a Z-Pack. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with special referee.
Oh wow.
Seth freaking Rollins. Now, people are wondering what listen.
Hold up. Do you know what his last televised WWE singles match was against?
Ryback.
Nope.
Road Dogg. Billy Gunn? Billy Gunn?
Yep, there we go. Yeah. Daddy ass.
Daddy ass. Now, you're probably wondering what are the odds of this match, right? Well, I'm glad y'all asked. Drew McIntyre is a minus 175. CM Punk is a plus 135. And surprisingly, there are no props for Seth Rollins in this match. What y'all thinking about these odds right here, boys? You guys are like the betting experts here.
There's some profit on Punk.
I think it's about right. Right?
Okay. It seems right to me. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if this goes into a pick'em. Like closer to Saturday, they're both even.
Both minus 100.
Minus 120 is a pick'em, Steve.
Okay, minus 120. Overall, listen, I mean, this has been, even though with Punk's injury and all, this has been arguably the one of the few that's been carrying Monday Night Raw. You know, someone would say probably the best story one of the best stories in WWE right now. Storylines, whatever you want to call it. They've both managed to make this work. You've seen Drew McIntyre teasing, playing Cry Me a River, working on those triceps at the, in his home gym. What was it? Yes, I think it was today, right? He was doing shoulder press and he was playing his old Ring of Honor theme song from many, many years ago, right? That photo with Jack Perry had to have been somewhere at an airport or something, right? So they're making this work, It'd be foolish to have Punk win off the rip. You have to carry this. Again, this is probably going to go into Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. So with that, do they take a page out of 1997? I don't think so, right? But I do have Drew McIntyre going over here. Watch me pick Drew McIntyre now finally, and he doesn't win. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Watch, yo. One time I picked Drew, he doesn't win. Another question people are wondering: do you think Seth Rollins will bust out the 2015 SummerSlam attire and just put black, stripes on it, whatever it may be?
He said that he donated it to the archives a long time ago, so maybe it's possible.
We see the return of the White Ranger, which is black stripes now. What y'all thinking?
I'm torn. I really don't know who wins this, honestly. I just know that Seth is gonna find a way to accidentally cost one of them. Like you have to have some kind of finish where there's a gripe for a second match, and then eventually a third. Which I think Drew absolutely wins the last one, the Hell in a Cell. But how do you get there?
I think I saw some people saying they might do a triple threat Hell in a Cell, and this is what I cooked up and how they could do this. So I'm going to say this. I think Corporate Machine Punk wins. He's been doing all the media. Look, Drew's not doing the media. Who's doing the media? CM Punk is doing the media. And what I think will happen
He seems
is
happy now doing media. He seems happy as shit doing media now.
yeah, he is.
All
But what I think will happen is that Seth will fuck over both men, and then what will happen is CM Punk will crawl on over for a pin. A referee that Drew McIntyre hates counts 1, 2, 3. This causes Drew to be pissed off, not only at Seth, because he was supposed to be a fair and unbiased official. And then CM Punk gets the win. You keep Punk strong with the win. Punk gets his win. Drew will be pissed off now at both CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And then this could lead to that triple threat Hell in a Cell people talking about, where all three of these men just say, because like a lot of people keep saying, oh, I think Seth and CM Punk is for Mania. I don't know how Triple H extends that. And also, too, like, I think Triple H is adamant on keeping his promise to CM Punk. You will main event a WrestleMania. I think that's one of the promises.
Steve, CM Punk has Steve's face.
Punk needs to squash Drew. Punk hasn't been on mainstream wrestling.
I thought your reaction was to what Chase was saying.
What do you call his running aid? That wasn't mainstream. That was on TV.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Punk's fine. No, but what I'm saying is Punk wins this match. This leads to, Drew and Seth maybe at Bash at Berlin. Seth and that match kind of goes off the wires. And then inside Hell in a Cell, all this testosterone just gets into that Hell in a Cell, and Drew wins the Hell in a Cell. And he gets revenge on both Seth Rollins and both CM Punk, and he walks out the ultimate victor. That's what I think will happen. I think Seth has both men. He lays out both men in this match because they're both not respecting his authority. At first, Drew will be the favorite in this match. Punk will probably be the one that, pushes the boundaries a little bit. But I think ultimately Seth lays out both men. Drew gets screwed over by the officials. He complains to Adam Pearce. He wasn't even supposed to be the official of the match. You said Seth would be the one counting the 1, 2, 3 and everything like that. Like, he'll get even more upset. And this will cause Drew to even be more of a psychopath than he already is. Because I truly believe Punk's winning the Rumble. I think Punk, I know everyone's saying Cena to face Gunther at Mania. Look, Cena has a whole year to face Gunther, guys. It's the John Cena farewell year tour. It's not the farewell WrestleMania tour. I think CM Punk is promised the main event, and, most likely we'll get that main event with whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is. And I think Seth and Roman has way more legs for a WrestleMania match than Punk. Because here's the thing. If you're not going to do Roman and Rock, Cody doesn't need to win another Rumble. Punk most likely will win this Rumble. And then I truly believe that, it's part of his deal. Triple H and CM Punk worked out this deal to get him to main event WrestleMania.
Well, here's the thing. Sorry to interrupt you, but here's the thing. You got to take it step by step because you cannot trust CM Punk to stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm trying to also protect CM Punk inside a Hell in a Cell. I don't think he can do a one-on-one Hell in a Cell match. That's why I'm saying a triple threat Hell in a Cell. Look,
I love that idea.
Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay. It's just pro wrestling at the end of the day. I don't care about being wrong about this stuff. I am just throwing out the ideas out there because I truly I just think CM Punk is someone that, they talked about it. Like, hey, can I, if I'm coming back in my main event in WrestleMania? Yes. And I honestly think Roman and Seth, that's a good filler. Like, hey, Roman doesn't have a feud. They're doing something else with the blood. Either Roman's facing one of the bloodline people or he's facing Seth at WrestleMania. I don't see him facing The Rock this year.
I know we're getting way off track here, but the idea just came to me. Roman and Seth reunite.
Yeah. And Roman has to team with Seth to take on this new bloodline. That's something that could also be a thing. I truly believe that CM Punk is going to fight for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. If I were to bet money on Punk winning the Rumble, I would. I would say, because at first I thought they were building up Jey Uso. That's not the case anymore. They're truly building up CM Punk. CM Punk is being a good, loyal soldier. It's just hard for me to believe that CM Punk would lose his first major match in WWE on TV. That's the thing that's hurting me.
I agree. And also the way they're presenting this whole bracelet thing. It's like CM Punk's got to get that bracelet back and have like, are you really gonna stretch him getting that bracelet back all the way for like 2 more matches or something like that? I think he gets it back this Saturday.
Do you think he gets cheered in Germany over Drew? Like, I know Drew's Scottish, but still, like
Europe, right?
Punk?
Yeah,
Punk
it's
or
still
Seth?
Europe. Yeah, no, Punk.
Oh, they cheer for Drew.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's a trilogy. Like, I think these 3 are in a weird trilogy of their own.
Yeah,
but I think it's just like you gotta, and also too, you gotta protect CM Punk in this because that's a lot. Like for all we all know, Punk can still wrestle. He showed that in AEW.
Sure.
He had great matches with MJF. He had great matches with Darby. He had good matches with Hangman Page, despite their personal beef and stuff. Moxley had solid matches. Yeah, he can wrestle, but the problem is, can he stay healthy? Because
what if he gets hurt here?
Yeah,
does he have to contemplate retirement if he gets hurt here?
His knee.
Oh,
imagine.
Yeah, because
he cannot get hurt again.
He cannot.
He tore a separate tricep. This is not the same tricep that he tore with John Moxley. It was a different one. He broke his leg jumping into the fucking crowd when he won the World Heavyweight title. Like that's what I'm trying to say. It's like this guy, like right now, his body is just betraying him at the worst possible time where CM Punk is the most profitable. Like CM Punk's career is the most profitable CM Punk has ever been. And it's like his body is saying, nope, not and Punk has fought through a lot of BS. This is his body finally saying all the BS is catching up to him. So that's why I just feel like, if Punk gets hurt here, you have to contemplate like, hey, this could be very well it for me. This could be very well the thing that and keep in mind, Seth is probably still hurt. Like, let's not act like we saw Money in the Bank. That was not the Seth Rollins that we're all accustomed to seeing. We're used to Seth being a little bit a little bit more healthy and stuff.
I think CM Punk versus Drew might end up at Bad Blood in October.
Yeah, so I'm going with the triple threat option just to protect Punk. This is because, like, my whole idea is they're protecting CM Punk from getting injured. That's the main thing you're looking at here. You want to just make sure CM Punk can no longer get hurt
and go and get healthy. Maybe because of that, right? Because they don't want to risk him getting hurt. Who's to say this is a short match, like less than 10 minutes? Can you imagine that? As well as
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't think less than 10 minutes. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that this is like a little bit faster match than where I always thought this was going to be a walk-in brawl anyways.
Less bumps for Punk here. Less bumps, just
brawling. That's why Drew's perfect for Punk, minus the Future Shock DDT. He doesn't have a lot of moves that could actually like hurt other Punk body parts. Like Drew wrestles a very smart and safe style. Like, so they're
gonna play out that Future Shock too. Like he's not gonna connect with it at first, and then like on commentary he's gonna be like, that's the move that took him out, and then he finally hits it, and then Punk's gonna sell his arm like hearing it again. They're gonna do something again. No, and you got Seth Rollins there to distract and take away time too. Like have Punk rest.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel like they put Seth in this match. It's more of like Seth is there just in case something does go crazy, because then you're like, all right, Seth, you audible. I'm sure they're like Peyton Manning on the line, where Manning had all his audibles in his head. They have all the audibles just to get. Who knows? Maybe this is a weird occasion. Drew gets injured. Maybe we don't know. We don't know if Punk's timing is all there. What if Punk fucks up on a head kick or something? Like that's something to think of. Like, what if
this is the match that I am the most fascinated by?
Yeah,
like I cannot wait to see what happens.
Yeah,
I think, but Steve, I'm with you. Drew should win. I just don't think he's going. I think that because Drew's at that point where I think Triple H believes he can just have Drew keep losing, because he doesn't have any big plans for Drew after that. Because because here's the thing, I don't think they're going to separate CM Punk and Seth Rollins right off the rip, and then I don't think they're going to wait till WrestleMania for that match. I don't think it. Like, yes, is it a WrestleMania worthy match? Absolutely, it's definitely deserving of WrestleMania. but I don't think there's a way for Rollins to be world champion at Mania. And I truly believe Punk wants that main event at Mania. And I think Triple H, look, this was a big get for Triple H. This was a huge steal. Like, he never thought this was they did this apparently last minute and everything like that. I'm sure that Triple H wants to make good with Punk. And this is why Punk is happy. And I'm sure Punk wants to make good with WWE. And I think one of the things that will make good is, yeah, you main event night one of WrestleMania in Vegas. You face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. We don't know if you win, but fuck it. We got to get you that main event. Like, and that will make CM Punk happy. That will make CM Punk, like, even if he loses, his chest is all red, he'll do the press conference. He'll be like he'll get all emotional. He'll be eating his muffins, or he'll have some donuts from
maybe a bake shop.
No, the donut place in Vegas. I forgot that Pink's. He'll have the Pink Box donuts, and he'll be like,
you think they'll give him the brownies from the sweets in the T-Mobile Arena? Like, hey, here you go.
They're Allegiant.
Well, from Allegiant.
I'm telling you, Pink Box is the most popular donut in Steve. That's what I'm trying to say. The Pink Box. You're gonna be eating. There's a lot of things in life that you don't expect. I never expected this. Being here with you guys, WrestleMania main event. Shout out to Gunther. That motherfucker kicked my ass. But this right here, this is fulfilling. This is why I came back. And then Punk sheds like a fake. Trust me, I'm the biggest CM Punk defender and hater at the same time. I defend this hypocrite and I hate on this hypocrite at the same time.
Hey, this for you. We did it.
I'm a hypocrite for Punk. Okay, I love Corporate Machine Punk and I hate Corporate Machine Punk at the same time. It's the weirdest dynamic I have with a wrestler right now.
Wearing suits now and shit. Look at this guy.
You know how much that pissed me off. You know how much that pissed me off seeing CM Punk in a suit. I'm like, you fucking sellout. And then the other side of me is like, love it. I love you, Punk.
Because you know what he says. You know his fallback is, well, it's a different place than what it was before the last time I was here.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's why I think Punk will win. Drew should win. I'm not disagreeing with you on that, Steve. I agree with you 100%. Drew should win. But man, CM Punk, he's doing a different form of backstage politicking. He's being the corporate machine the WWE needs at this time. He's doing what John did for the longest time. He's kissing babies and hugging the fat girls now. CM Punk is doing that now.
If I had to choose between Drew winning on Saturday or Chase's scenario, where Drew just kills them both in a Hell in a Cell, I prefer the latter.
Yeah, because that makes Drew finally everything all the bullshit he went through with both of these fuckers, not just one of them, both of them. And then also too, Steph, he was supposed to be the fair official. They've been playing up this whole official thing way too much for me to not believe that, there's an official in the back that's pissed that Drew didn't apologize to them. Wouldn't come out and do a quick count on Drew McIntyre. And then it just leads to Drew being more pissed. And that these three hate each other so much, you have to put it inside the cage. We don't want to harm any of the fans. We don't want to do it. And then Drew finally gets his win at Hell in a Cell and is the perfect filler feud for Gunther or something at that time, or whoever else he has to feud with. Who knows at that point? Maybe Braun Breaker becomes a baby face because he's so fun as IC champion. They do Drew versus Braun. Who knows? Maybe Lesnar comes back. We never know.
Brock Lesnar never know, man. Anytime. You hear beer, and after all, Brock has a bone to pick with Drew. If you want to think long term here, right?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is I would much rather prefer Drew finally gets his pent up frustrations out on both these men inside Hell in a Cell, and then that way you can separate all three of them and keep them away from each other.
Let's get now into the main event. The main event of the evening.
This is probably the worst SummerSlam main event of all time.
For the undisputed heavyweight championship.
Fuck is this?
Cody Rhodes defending the championship against, say it, Chase. How you would call him.
The Weekend.
Sloppy Sikoa, man.
Sikoa.
This bro dresses like he's getting ready for freshman homecoming. Like, what the fuck is this? My man Cody has to fight this?
The tribal chief.
The tribal chief.
The what?
The Walmart tribal, the self-proclaimed tribal chief.
No, this is the tribal greeter. He's the one that greets you at Walmart and says, "Hey, did you have your receipt?" He makes sure you check your receipts on the way out. This is not tribal chief. This is a tyrant if I ever saw one. Yeah, hashtag not my bloodline. This
Well,
is the,
what is that?
this,
What was that?
yeah. No,
Guillermo,
this
come
is,
on, man. Come on,
Restore the
Guillermo.
lighting.
Come on, Guillermo. You're probably wondering what are the odds for this, right? Tell me out here, Guillermo. Thank you.
My God, this got to be ridiculous. Wait,
Roman
what is
is
this?
appearing.
What's not the odds for the match?
Here you go.
Oh
Rhodes
my
is-
God!
Minus 5,000.
What?
Solo Sikoa plus 1,200.
I thought Braun Breaker would be the heavy favorite. I did not expect Cody Rhodes minus 5,000.
Bro, not even a DQ win. Like, come on. Like,
Now, I just posted this moment. This appeared only seconds ago here. Will Roman Reigns appear? Yes, minus 400. No, plus 250. That's the one thing about this, right? Are we finally gonna get Roman Reigns? Will that music finally play? Right now, another thing.
Well, whose side is he on?
Well, whose side is he on? Right. Here's the thing, though, right? The one thing that Cody's been saying about Solo Sikoa for a year and change now, he's not ready. Now, granted, he already beat Solo Sikoa on the way to facing Roman at WrestleMania 39, but now things are different. This is now for the championship. Solo Sikoa, in his mind, runs the bloodline now, right? He's taken over, right? Added new members. He got rid of the wise man because the wise man wouldn't acknowledge him, right? And also factor in this bloodline has taken over his friend, has taken out mostly all Cody's friends, right? Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. So Cody's going at this alone. The thing is, though, Cody, like I just said that Solo is not ready. So you have to prove that. So you have Cody beat Solo first before Roman even comes out and have his moment, whatever the hell that is. So I'm going with Cody Rhodes to retain. And then there's going to be probably a run-in where the bloodline tries to attack Cody. And then you're going to hear on commentary who Cody doesn't have a friend, nothing to help him. And the next thing you hear is that music.
Is it the good version or is it that WrestleMania version that he has?
I think hopefully, that shitty ass record, the music people they have in WWE right now don't fuck up his music. I just hope they don't fuck up Death Rebel. Well, that's fine because if you've gone to Chase, you've been to the shows and all that stuff, right? You'll hear Roman, and then they'll spice in there.
Roman Reigns is well, because I tell people if you listen to the Tribal Chief theme, it's just Roman Reigns' original theme, but it's super slowed down.
Yes.
That boom boom and you
It'll be that. It'll be his newest theme. Like it'll be the same thing. They want people to recognize it.
Question is, Chase, what kind of pre-workout the Solo Sniff C4 kind of guy?
Well, C4 is the official pre-workout of the WWE.
Sorry, Prime. So. Can you imagine they replaced the Prime?
What do you mean? They still their sponsor was C4.
Oh, that's true. But
C4
now
and Prime are two different companies.
And also they're being sponsored by Wingstop. Wingstop is also
it'll be on the canvas.
Total WWE
lemon pepper wings
for SummerSlam.
Wingstop sucks. I'm sorry, it's terrible. I hate it.
I'm more of a local mom and pop, supporting business. You know what I mean?
My favorite wings aren't from a wing place here in Cali. We don't have good wing places in Cali. The best wings come from a pizza place here in Cali called Amici's. Oh my! I can destroy those wings every single day. Amici's is so good. Actually, I got chicken wings from Costco. I probably will just eat those during the SummerSlam stuff. But yeah, for me,
I love Wingstop.
Oh, terrible.
Solo Sikoa. Easy.
I think Cody versus Solo is going to be a great match. We got a teaser of it a couple of months ago.
I think this match is going to surprise people. I think a lot of us keep disrespecting Cody Rhodes as a good storyteller in the ring and being someone that can actually carry people. I mean, Cody has great, the AEW and indie run for Cody. He really learned how to be a true conductor in that ring. And I actually think this match will over deliver what people's expectations are. I think a lot of people will probably walk away from this match and be like, damn, that was actually pretty damn good. I wasn't hyped for it. And it's because people have such low expectations is the reason why I think people like this match. But yeah, let's be real. We're all waiting for the post-match. Cody's going to retain. But we're all waiting for the post-match. Cody has no friends. Who's going to help Cody Rhodes? And then finally, this feels longer than his title reign now for how long he's been gone. The Tribal Chief returns. I would love it too. Instead of, just the music playing, we hear, ladies and gentlemen, and then Paul Heyman hypes it up. That'll make it even tense. That'll make it tense. Like, yes, the music, because here's the thing, there's only one flaw with Roman Reigns. His music doesn't play. His music playing is not a good shock return music playing because it takes a while for the build up.
It'll be for me. As soon as I hear that shit, I'm going to be going crazy. Crazy. I don't care how long it takes.
That reaction.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we'll all have to be synced up, Steve. So
we'll have to. Well, Peacock is not StreamYard friendly. You know what I mean? They're not.
No, we know how to pause the fucking stream and sync up.
Well,
he does not want to be synced up at all. He just hates that. He hates it.
When that happens, though, when we hear that music, we're all gonna be like,
let's fucking go.
Yeah,
okay.
I cannot wait, man, for Roman Reigns. Like, it's so funny. Roman Reigns said this like this guy's foresight for the company is just so fucking ahead. He said this at WrestleMania 31. When I'm gone, he said 39. He said this to Daniel Cormier in the interview. When I'm gone, they're gonna miss me. I was like, this guy's so fucking like, and then Cody Rhodes put him over too. Like, he goes, he was a great champion. And the fans afterwards, this guy, everyone told me, no one likes Roman Reigns. He's ruined that. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Roman. We want Roman. This pop is going to, like, everything. Like, and I'm so glad Roman Reigns has just proved every hater wrong. When I was on the train, everyone's saying this guy will never be a star, never be anything. I was still on that. I believed in this motherfucker. I said Roman Reigns will be one of the biggest stars in WWE history. He has that potential. And he's just proven me right every single time. And I cannot wait. This is a justification for us Roman Reigns believers day one-ish. We have been there, support us. We've dealt with Baron Corbin putting dog food on him. We've dealt with you're nothing but a sniveling, full of stubborn succotash, son. We dealt with the tug of war with the WWE Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar. We dealt with the WrestleMania 34 match where he should have won, but Brock Lesnar put him over, and he threw the belt at Vince, and Vince called him an asshole. We dealt with all this shit. We dealt with WrestleMania 32 where he got booed out the building for Triple H when he should have been cheered and celebrated. We dealt with him getting booed after WrestleMania 33, and he was told he was standing in the ring, and the fans were chanting, "Fuck you, Roman," and he said, "This is my yard now." We dealt with this shit. And finally, he's going to get his flowers. Finally. I'm going to get his flowers.
Damn, I thought you were pro Cody. What the hell is this?
Well, I'm pro Cody. Cody and Roman are on the same side now.
Okay.
The fuck is this?
And I will say this: when Roman comes back, Cody being the top star of the brand, that ain't happening no more. It ain't gonna happen no more.
Well, Roman's not gonna be around every week though. So.
Well, you never know. Well, again, he'll be on SmackDown. Oh, imagine if he's not Raw. Can you imagine if he goes to Raw just to get the crowd to react? Then he goes to SmackDown.
He is a free agent.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Remember, he didn't get drafted.
He said he didn't want to be in this stupid team.
And then you also got to factor, and again, this is the beginning, right? We will get the Civil War, the War Games match. Dwayne's finished filming his movie, so
I think Roman, because there was that thing that came out, Pat McAfee, out of all fucking people, dropped it that he was still taking his pills. And even Roman, when they asked him about that press conference, his face was not even like, the heck? Like, how'd y'all hear that? And stuff like that. I think Roman Reigns has done all his outside obligations. And, like Triple H said, he's worked to have the schedule that he's had. Keep in mind, too, Paul Heyman talked about this. I forgot what interview. Normally, I'm good with my interviews, but he talked about this. I think it was an interview with Ariel Helwani. Maybe. I'll have to find it. I'll probably be too lazy and not find it. I still have to leave my Fresno State Bulldogs to be one of the greatest dynasties in college football history. Respect the new Pac-12. We've won all the national titles since then. Why don't you respect us, college football? Fuck you. But Paul Heyman said, with these current WWE deals, you work towards whatever your downside guarantee is. I don't think Roman's worked towards his downside guarantee yet. He's only wrestled 2 matches. Yes, those being at WrestleMania, but Roman also hasn't worked toward. He hasn't had new merch. He hasn't had new merch since Mania.
When that drops on Saturday,
yeah, but
they have it saved, ready to go.
But that's what I'm trying to say is, I think we're going to see a lot more active Roman Reigns from now and up until October. Like, I'm not saying he's wrestling on the weeklies, maybe 1 or 2 weeklies or something like that.
Maybe one house show loop.
No, he likes to do the house show loops. People forget he did do when people were like, Roman's not even working. He was working the house shows. Like, do you guys not read these reports? He was working the house show loops, like and stuff like that. The live event loops. He works those. He was defending the universe. When people say he has no title defenses, he was defending the Universal title against Rey Mysterio. You dumb fucks. All right. I know it wasn't televised, but he was defending against Rey Mysterio. But what I'm trying to say is, I think Roman will be a little bit more active because he still has to reach his downside guarantee. And let's be real. I think Roman's downside guarantee is it's a pretty penny.
It's what we make a year combined, and that's a downside guarantee, basically. We make a year combined.
What? Steve, we do not make 10 million combined.
Okay, yeah, true. Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
What?
I wish.
If we all made 10 million, we would be pumping so much money in this channel. What the fuck?
For sure.
But
We'd be doing this
that's
previews in like a strip club.
Yeah, exactly. We would all be in person doing this shit.
We'd be live in a studio in Cleveland, in a radio station, XM studio in Cleveland.
Yeah. No. Roman Reigns has a huge downside guarantee, plus all the other stuff that he makes. Like, I'm not saying he makes 10 million. I am just guessing based off of like everything that I've heard about these WWE contracts. It's definitely in the realm of 8 to 10 million because, he does wrestle, and because especially, let's be real, don't they have one more Saudi show they have to do this year? Isn't there another Saudi show?
It's coming.
Yeah, that Saudi show helps with that because they get look, when Undertaker. So for people who don't know, Shawn Michaels didn't want to come out of retirement to wrestle Undertaker at that tag team match because he respected Undertaker, and so when they were offering him this, he called Undertaker to see if it was okay. And Undertaker himself said, Shawn, they're going to pay you more money than you made in your whole career. Just fucking go. Undertaker even said, get that back. So there's a thing. These Saudi shows, these wrestlers, they love being on these shows because that pretty much
like royalty out there. What the Prince feeds, bro. This grade A steaks. Wine, bro, it's like royalty out there.
Yeah, and not to mention, it helps towards your downside guarantee. And I'm just saying, if what we know about the Saudi pay is true, Roman would always wrestle those shows. And you notice how after he wrestled those shows, he was chilling for a bit. You notice after the LA Knight feud, he said, I'm good. I'm not showing up.
See y'all next year.
I'm not going until I'll be there in January when you need me and stuff like that. So that's why I truly believe Roman will be a little bit more active up until November. I think this is going to be one of his more active runs, just so that way he can reach his massive downside guarantee. That's just my guess. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be wrestling every week, but he's going to be around a lot more often.
Solo looks like when they put Samoa Joe in the Mayhem Mafia rebrand in 2013. Speaking of which, happy August 1st warning day, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Romy, you ever saw that clip? You seen it, right? The whole
Yeah,
segment? All right, cool. All right, cool. Just making sure. I know some things you didn't see yet, so I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Oh. But that is SummerSlam. What are you gonna say, Romy? I'm sorry.
I never get thoughts on the match.
Yeah, he never gave thoughts, Steve.
Obviously, Cody wins, but I think this is going to be another overbooked match here because Solo's going to have all his guys there, all the entire clan. And what's Cody got? He got Kevin Owens, maybe if Kevin Owens comes out and helps. He needs
Pharaoh the dog. Pharaoh the dog.
He needs more than that. And you know who wasn't booked on this card? Who might be in the building?
Jay Uso.
Just me, Uso. We gotta play that music, baby. You gotta play that music. Have the crowd go crazy.
Do you think they'll do that? And Jay Uso comes out, and then Jacob Fatu like kind of stares him down, and Jay is scared, and then all of a sudden we hear Jimmy Uso's theme, and then it's just like, oh,
about to be my next thought, Chase. Thank you.
Whose side is he on? No, we just hear the do. People go, it's Roman. It's just Jimmy. That's the problem with Jimmy Uso's team. Yeah, his team sounds like Roman. It would trick a lot of people. He will get like the huge pop, and Jimmy's gonna be like, "Yeah, man, it's for me," and everyone's gonna be like, "Nah, dog, they just thought it was Roman."
The next thing you see is Sami Zayn walking out there limping and all.
No, not yet. You gotta build that story for War Games. But you got Randy Orton. You're gonna hear Randy Orton's music. He's gonna come out too.
Do you think Randy, RKO's Cody in a situation to set up maybe a site? No, not yet. Okay,
not yet. You don't want a grandstand because Roman's gonna come out still. He's
Roman's still gonna come out. They're mature, man. Randy let CM Punk grandstand him and his big return.
It's my turn. Yeah. Not yet. But like they're gonna help. They're gonna help Cody win. Everything's gonna be all fine and dandy. But then the Bloodline, they're gonna get theirs after the match. They're gonna take them all out. Maybe Hikuleo makes his debut. And he comes out.
He's going to Tuesday, Sean. He's going.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's going to feud with Trick Williams. Maybe we talking about it.
Steve, if they allow Tonga Loa on the main roster, I think Hikuleo, who is way better than Tonga Loa,
one of them got to go through. One of them got to go through.
That's going to be Zilla too.
Zilla can wrestle on Tuesdays, but no, Hikuleo, because I can see the image now. The Bloodline, like Cody and his friends, or Cody gets the upper hand, and then all of a sudden, big tall ass Hikuleo comes, and then I can see it. Like Pat McAfee doesn't do these PLEs, right?
That's Corey Graves.
Corey Graves. He should be there for this one, though, right? SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think the pre-show panel.
No, if he's there, he's gonna be on commentary.
Yeah, I could see it now. Pat McAfee, holy, who is this specimen in the middle of this ring? And Corey Graves is like, that's Hikuleo. That's also one of the cousins. How many of these are there?
Quick question.
And Hikuleo destroys Cody.
Will there be a live Pat McAfee show in Cleveland? There will be at the WWE store, wherever they're doing. Will there be one
tomorrow? Right?
It would have to be tomorrow at the Superstore.
I think he like advertised.
I know Braun Breaker was on today. So that was good to see. They were talking about, I guess, his college football days back in the day. So
yeah, he was a good football player. I would always bump back before we get into the whole Bloodline fantasy book. I would always pick up Braun Breaker because he would get cut in football and Madden, and I would always have him as my fullback. And he would always get at least like 5 touchdowns a season because I would run fullback dive and stuff. But yeah, he was a really good fullback, and he would always sign for cheap too. Like I'd be like, man, I should give this guy a good contract, and he would always resign for a 1 year, $2.5 million. I'm like, all right, I'll keep you, Rex. You'll stay on my roster.
But yeah, man, I think even though Cody's going to get some help against the Bloodline, I think like something has to happen where like the Bloodline gets the advantage back for Roman to come out, and then you're wondering. I think commentary is going to maybe play up like whose side is Roman on, like something like that. We'll see.
Yeah, Daddy's home.
Somebody will say something.
Yeah, Roman's definitely going to be. It's going to be super dramatic. Do you think Roman gets physical, or did they just end it off with Roman just standing off and looking at Solo, and then like Solo like retreats with this whole bloodline, and Roman just has that classic Roman Reigns like scorn face that he has, where he just.
I think
looks at
Roman
them.
scares off everyone. I think they go like flying like cockroaches out of there.
Nah. He scares them off, right? And then he stares at Cody, looks at the belt, then walks away. And then you find out that Roman Reigns will be the first person to pop up at the WWE post press conference answering questions in the media.
No, you know what they should do? They have Roman scare off everyone. Cody and Roman have their little stare down, and then afterwards Roman Reigns just super punches Cody. So you don't know. You're just like, wait, but he just scared off the blood. Wait, are they? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like that could be building up the, what Romeo said, the whose side is he on type of thing.
Yeah, because in my scenario, you're still gonna have Randy and KO there too.
Yeah, sure. So having it where Roman comes out and he still lays his mark, because like it's not like Roman likes Cody now all of a sudden and stuff. And I think Roman and Cody is a good. I don't think Roman does Bash of Berlin. He'll be like, I'll skip that flight.
Saudi Arabia.
Cody and I will fight in
paying?
Saudi. Yeah, I think it has to be where the new bloodline costs Roman the championship, where Roman realizes, man, the numbers are against me. I fucked up. I gotta go now. Be a nice person. I gotta apologize to Sami. I gotta apologize to Jay. And the one thing that'll be interesting: will Roman's gaslighting techniques work? Will he be able to be like, Jay? Remember, before you were main event Jay Uso, you were which one are you? And then Jay just goes, it's now just me, Us. Yeet. And then like walks away, and Roman is realizing, shit, my gaslighting doesn't work anymore. Like the only person that it works on is still Jimmy. Jimmy is still the idiot that believes in Roman and stuff. And then Roman's like, were you able to text Sami? Were you able to text Jay? Us, they blocked me. I can't talk to them. I need you to go to Raw. I can't go to Raw. I'm here on SmackDown, Us. You have to go to Raw.
You a free agent.
And Roman looks all annoyed that he has to do something, but then it builds a redemption arc where Roman has to apply. The Roman and Cody, that'll be the good segment where Roman, he needs a fifth member for the Bloodline Civil War, and Roman Reigns, he has to actually swallow his pride and admit Cody's and that will make it where The Rock is pissed at Roman, where The Rock is like, why are you downplaying for this piece of... He disrespected our... Because keep in mind, the main reason The Rock got mad at Cody is because Cody disrespected the Anoa'i family. That was the main reason why The Rock turned heel. So that's where Roman and The Rock can kick off, where The Rock hates that Roman Reigns groveled to this piece of shit. You groveled to this mama's boy? You grovel to this loser? Like that's where the final boss will hate on Roman Reigns for lowering the standards of the Anoa'i family. You're the tribal chief, but yet you beg for another man's help. You could not get the job done yourself and stuff like that. That's why you lost.
That's going to be a great story. First of all, just going from August to November, War Games. You got August, September, October, November for all that for Roman to assemble his team.
But in Canada, though, so Canada.
Yeah, it's fine. But no,
it's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to build up the whole Roman redemption arc. Like Roman can't, because now Roman's a baby face, and it doesn't hurt Roman. Hey, I've been saying it. Who knows? Maybe look, like I said, they have to go through hoops and ladders just to get Jacob Fatu into Canada. I don't think they can get all the bloodline into Canada.
Yes, they are.
Jimmy Uso.
I think Jimmy Uso is a sad casualty in this. And let's be real. If there's anyone that's a casualty in this bloodline match, it's probably Jimmy Uso. I think Roman Reigns, the ultimate. I can't believe you did this. You had to get Brock Lesnar to join Keep them. They're in Canada.
That would be hilarious.
But that's what I'm saying. They're in Canada, and also Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Like Paul Heyman knows how to talk to. And if there's anything, yes, Brock Lesnar, he's mad at Paul, but I bet you and people go, it makes no sense, Chase. Brock Lesnar still loves Paul Heyman. and I could see where Brock Lesnar saw what happened to Paul, and it pissed him the fuck off. And he wants his hands on Solo Sikoa more than anyone else and stuff because of what he did. Because could you just imagine, you know, Roman, the team Roman Reigns has the advantage. Roman's the fourth guy that enters. Who's that fifth man? And Lesnar's music just hits, and that Canada place will go fucking ballistic and stuff. Like everyone's like, oh, yes, they won't touch Lesnar. Triple H has not said one thing about not wanting Lesnar. He has literally not done a no comment. All he said is Brock is Brock. You know, we pitch ideas. He says no. That's it.
Great idea, but best we could do is another Canadian. That'll be Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens on Team Roman.
I don't think Kevin. I think no matter what, Kevin will be like, I hate you, Roman.
Kevin will just walk out.
Yeah. What about my hot wife? You see my hot wife?
Would Randy do it?
No. Randy would probably be like, look, I'm an asshole too, man. I'll do it. That's when probably Randy turns on Cody. He hits him with the RKO, and then Roman does a shock base like, what the hell, man? I thought you were outside.
Well, let's be honest, guys. Like, Canada is going to go much more crazier for this match than a U.S. crowd. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
they're better than us. They're better. They're better than us.
I think any international crowd is better than us.
Any
international crowd.
Look. I'm just saying. Look, the Bloodline average 1 DUI a year. I can't imagine one of them will stay clean before this Bloodline. Like Jimmy Uso is the leading favorite to get another DUI. Like
how long is this other DUI good for?
Yeah. Oh, he got it.
Wasn't he able to travel somewhere? Was he able to go to Saudi?
He did go to Canada recently. Jimmy Uso went to Canada
recently.
You go.
He did I think it's good.
But I'm saying sometimes Canada can be picky on that. So
yeah, they can.
What I'm trying to say is you got to have a backup plan. Brock Lesnar wouldn't be a bad backup plan. That's why I really think they went. Yeah, like that's why I think they went to Canada was because they're like, hey, you know, if we need to call Brock, we can call him and he will probably do it and
pick up his flip phone and shit. Like,
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure once they announced it was Vancouver, Triple H called Brock and said, "Is it okay if you're on standby just in case?" And Brock was all like, "I don't give a fuck, Paul. I'll show up when I want to show up."
Well, let me tell you what I would love to see. Let me tell you what I would love to see, but it's probably a Mania match. Probably, I want to see Brock and Braun.
Read it again, Romeo.
Mania.
I want to see Brock and Braun. Your guy.
Beautiful harmony, right?
We really want you to put over this Braun Breaker kid. He's icy. I'm not doing no icy title. What the fuck are you talking about? Paul, these are worse ideas than what Vince said. I'm not doing any of this shit. Brock, look, I'm just suggesting. Hey, look, Gunther's finally world champion. Do you want to face Gunther maybe at SummerSlam, at Survivor Series? I think that's also a possibility. I think if you don't get Brock inside the War Games, Brock would be a perfect person for Gunther to face he was supposed to apparently face Gunther at this year's Mania. And I'm sure that's still in the plans and the working. But look, death taxes, Brock Lesnar getting a world heavyweight title shot. And as I stated, there's downside guarantees. Brock is probably still getting paid decently. But, you know, if you're Brock Lesnar, because he's not out of his deal. He still has a deal with the company. Brock still has a contract with WWE and stuff. And WWE is not going to release him from that contract because as much as everyone would like to think Tony Khan wouldn't pick up the phone, he would definitely pick up the phone. If Brock Lesnar is a straight-up free agent. Like, anyone would pick it. UFC would still offer him a fight. That's how much of a...
You would think this TKO thing, hey, Brock wants to have a fight. Let's throw him a fight.
Oh, that's something that I said the same thing with Ronda Rousey before she got pregnant. I think that it was easily a way, and then they saw her effort, and Dana White was like, "Yeah, I don't want to fucking deal with Ronda no more." But the thing is, I think Brock Lesnar, I think he's at War Games, Survivor Series somehow. I think it's definitely because you need something big because who's Gunther feuding with the Survivor Series? Like Drew again? Oh, okay, cool, whatever. We've seen this already.
And when it happens, remember this episode. Remember it.
I'm just predicting like there has to be a reason why they chose Canada. And I think one of the main factors is this is probably the safest where we can return Brock Lesnar. And not to mention Brock Lesnar lives in Canada. He is a Canadian citizen. And I'm pretty sure he's happy if he doesn't have to get
Saskatchewan, right?
Yeah, Saskatchewan.
How far is that?
It's pretty far because he lives like in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Saskatchewan. But what I'm trying to say is, I think with Brock Lesnar, it is a possibility he could show up at Survivor Series just based off the location, like just based off of it. And I think Triple H is one of those guys. Once he has an idea in his head, he's adamant of doing the idea. And I think he's been wanting Brock to feud with Gunther. There was something like, look, Brock didn't want to feud with Gunther at 39. He said, no, I think Omos is a bigger challenge. And he wrestled with Omos. And so that's what he said. He said this to DC. He goes, yeah, because DC was like, man, I really wanted you to face Gunther, Brock. Why did you face Gunther? Yeah, Gunther's great. He cool. But I found Omos to be a bigger challenge. That's what Brock said. Word for word, bar for bar. He said Omos was a bigger challenge. So I think Triple H has been adamant, and like I said, Brock still has to make his downside guarantee, and I'm pretty sure it's easy to make the numbers look nicer in that downside guarantee in Canada. I think it's easier to release Brock Lesnar merchandise in Canada. I'm just saying. But yeah, I think Brock is for sure in play come Survivor Series. I think it's. Time heals all wounds for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is one of those, and Brock Lesnar, if you ask him, he'll be like, I am a piece of shit. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He does not give a fuck. I always remember his press conference, UFC 200. They're asking him about what he thought about Stephanie McMahon and everything. He goes, I don't give a fuck. That's what he literally said. So he does not care.
And honestly, with him back in the fold, how much what's the word? When you're looking back on old things, Punk's around, John Cena's gonna be around. There's a word for that. I forgot what it was.
Cinema?
Cinema? No, well, it could be cinema.
Nostalgia?
There you go. Thank you, Steve. Jeez, why can't I think of that? Yeah. Get to a whole bunch of that with all these guys around.
It's 2013 all over again. Holy shit, bro!
You could have a lot. And Randy Orton.
Meanwhile, Ryback is
Ryback. Will you stop?
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's nostalgia, bro. Nostalgia. But I can't wait for SummerSlam on Saturday. So the plan of attack, Romeo, is watch along on True Healthy Channel. That's the plan of attack.
Yeah, starting at 5 if you want to watch Collision.
Romeo, I'll be a sicko with you.
Sicko. I ain't watching no 3-hour pre-show. I'm not.
They were watching UFC. What happened? They were watching Tony Ferguson shock the world. Pull an upset here.
We'll be on the wrestling channel. You could have it on in the background and watch it and comment to it. But we watch wrestling.
The UFC is going to be on at 9. It's like a Saudi card, so it'll be over before all that stuff.
Right. But I think it'll be on at the same time as Collision, though, right?
What's happening on Collision?
Oh my God, Steve.
Let me see here. Let me go to the AEW account here. Hopefully Tony has it ready to go. Let's see here. Collision. Hey, Saturday. They
got rid of that song.
It's going to be, ready for this? Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, and FTR versus the team of the Beast Mortis in the Undisputed Kingdom of Roderick Strong, Mike Bennett, and Matt Taven. And everyone knows, fuck the Matt Taven. That's the only match they have so far advertised for Collision, as far as I know.
Yeah, so the UFC main card does start at 12 my time, so 3. So yeah, it'll be during Collision.
Yeah. 5 p.m. Eastern to whatever.
5 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. You heard it here. And then likely post show right after. Post show here on the channel. the post show. We'll see.
Steve, I'll only do the post show if you're dozing off during SummerSlam. You like if I tell you need an energy drink, you gotta drink it. I do not care because I am not dealing with. I am not doing this at 8 o'clock my time where Steve's like,
don't worry, I'll get the Celsius ready. I'll get the Celsius ready to go. So there's that. There's that. For anyone who's going to SummerSlam, come early. SummerSlam, Martin the Guardians, and NFL Hall of Fame all that day. Is that happening too? The NFL Hall of Fame?
No, yeah. The NFL Hall of Fame's this weekend. They're doing the Hall of Fame game tonight, but no, you can see like the newest enshrinees busts. Okay. By the way, Antonio Gates should have been in the Hall of Fame this year. I love you, Devin Esther, but Gatesy got screwed.
Oh yeah, third week on the third we get Sleepy Steve. Come on now, guys. Come on. Anywho, guys. This is gonna put a bow on this episode here. Much love to all of you guys for sticking with us here as we previewed SummerSlam and gave some other wrestling thoughts of what's been going on. Thank you all. Again, if you have not yet checked out our other content that we put on the channel, on Tuesday, we did the Raw rundown. We talked about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw. And then on Monday, we did Steve's Kitchen. We talked about WrestleMania going to London real soon. We gave our thoughts on Drew McIntyre and Jack Perry trolling CM Punk. And, of course, our thoughts on UFC 304 that went down last Saturday. We crowned the new UFC welterweight champion in Bilal Muhammad and Tom Aspinall, knocking out Curtis Blades in one round in a minute.
Which made you laugh for 5 minutes.
It did. And here we are now with our preview of SummerSlam 2024. If you have not yet subscribed to the secondary channel, ATP Clips, head over there. All the funny shit that we have said over the years will be on this channel over there. Links in the description box below. And yeah, follow the Around the Point Network over on X at ATPoint Network. And if you also want to become an ATP channel member, it's only $2.99 a month. You get all these perks such as priority reply to comments. You get to be part of the ATP gaming roster if you have a call on 2K24. And who knows, but all in the mud happening soon. You get to be on that show on ATP All In the Mud too. And so much other stuff going down. We have Chamber coming up too. So there's that also. And yes, follow me on X at Heel Steven. Chase, let them know where can they check you out.
You guys can follow me on X at ChaseOver68, youtube.com/chilling with Chase.
And of course, Romeo, let them know where can they check you out. What you guys have going on True Heel Heat.
Romeo Dom is all social media. Romeo Damas, the YouTube channel. True Heel Heat Wrestling will be the watch along 5 p.m. Eastern Saturday. Be there.
Or else. And potential post show right after. Potential. We'll keep you posted. For myself, for Chase, for Romeo, for the gang, for Roman Reigns, making his return. Hopefully. This has been your SummerSlam 2024 preview here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. Good night, everybody.
No, Millie!
What is that?